Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, I will be briefing about analytical part and understanding each and every step very clearly so that we can address all the 4 analytical questions that are given in the template. Okay, so the first part is understanding whether we have to create a new plant or we increase the production to maximum so that we can address the required demand. First, let us understand what is the demand we have. So from the forecast column, we can see that this is the demand that is given. Okay, so using this demand, we can understand maximum units that are required in future so that we can manufacture them and supply to the different countries. So let us do auto sum. This is total demand that we have. So from the document, we see that we have two options here. So that we have two plants, one is in Paris and one is in Austin. Each have capacity of 600,000 units. Okay, so let us take here AUSTA in Austin and PARAS Paris, both have 600,000 each production. So this will be total of some XYZ value. Let us take this here. So after we take it, what we are producing, so what we do is we try to subtract what we are producing from what is the demand that we have. So this is what we produce, current production, let us say current production from two plants is 1200,000 units. So we are having a deficit of 146,9460. Here when you check the fixed cost, we have two different types of fixed costs that are given here. So one, when we are operating at the capacity of 600,000. Two, when we are operating at the maximum capacity. So maximum capacity is 1200,000. So let us assume that both are increased. So we are trying to expand the manufacturing units. Okay, so let us assume that we are creating maximum units at Austin. When it is increased to 12,000, we can see that we are producing 1,800,000 units each year to satisfy the demand. So we can see that still we are having a deficit of 869,450. Let us increase the Paris unit to maximum production. So now it is 2,400,000 units. Still we are having a deficit. It clearly explains that though we increase Austin and Paris to maximum production size, still we see some deficit in total satisfying the total demand. Definitely in this case, it is very important that we go for new plant. Why? So the reason is, though if we increase the total plant production to maximum, that is 1200,000 units, we can see that it is not possible for both plants, Austin and Paris plants, to satisfy the demand that is there for the products in the market. Okay, so considering this situation, we conclude that we are supposed to go for a new production plant. Okay, now the question is which production plant we are supposed to select based on the country, in which country we are supposed to create it. So those questions we are supposed to address as a next step. So I hope you people understood. You can in a paragraph you are supposed to explain all these things. If you want, you can use this one, but make sure that you take a screenshot of this. Okay, and use it as a screenshot, and you are supposed to change these heading titles also. So let us check with the next question. So if so, at which of the 7 locations under consideration it should be located? Okay, and what capacity levels at which they are supposed to operate, that is also to be included. And how products should be sourced. Okay, that should also be explained. Okay, so these 3 questions are remaining. Let us see the second question. To answer the second question, what we did is we have created simulation models like this. We can see that we are having duty free costs. So when Austin plant is manufacturing the product and sending it to the different countries, what kind of duty rate that will be experienced by each product. So if you are selling one product, it will be including duty rate of $0.220. Okay, so if you have 100 products, if the price is 100 rupees, it will be 1.22. So duty rate will be a cost that will be incurred when we are sending products to other countries. This is plant size and plant size based fixed cost. That is also a cost we include. And we have a forecast demand, like what kind of products each country is manufacturing. So Brazil, how many products it is taking, China, how many products it is taking. So that related detail. This is a forecasted volume. And then we have details regarding the product that is sold in freight and warehousing costs related to each unit that we sell. Okay, when we are manufacturing in Austin and selling it to Malaysia, freight and warehouse cost for each unit that is sold is 0.27. This is also considered as cost. Okay, this is all briefing. Okay, so next one is when we are sending product to each different country, what could be the sales price for each unit that we are selling. That is also provided here. So we can see different type of costs that are associated with selling each unit, and what kind of revenue, what kind of value we can create by selling each unit, that is also given. When variable costs, like say when multiple products are more than one product is sold, so based on each product that is created, a variable cost will be included, that is of $1.5. Okay, so using the costs and the benefits that we are going to create, we developed a module. Okay, so let us see. So simply explaining the concept, what we do is we calculate total revenue we are generating. So we know how many products we are selling, a type of product we are selling to Brazil, and what is the price of that a product when we are selling in Brazil, and what is the total revenue we are generating. From this total revenue, we will be calculating duty free cost, that is like each unit duty free cost into total volume, that is duty free price, and each unit F&W warehouse cost and total volume, that generates freight and warehouse cost, and variable cost, total variable cost, and for each for total volume how much it will be variable cost. So from revenue we will be subtracting variable cost, duty free cost, F&W hedge price. Okay, F&W hedge cost. It generates the total profit that we are generating because of selling that product in different countries. We are calculating, this is the total revenue we are generating. From that, for a capacity of 600, what could be the fixed cost that we are subtracting. This generates net profit. Similarly, we calculated for 1200,000 capacity, it also generates a different net profit. So what we did is, by doing all the same things for different plants, we calculated these values. See, for Austin, when the capacity is 600,000, the profit it will be generating is this. Okay. Similarly, different countries, when their capacity is 600,000, this is what they are going to generate as profit. When 12,000 as capacity, this is what they are going to generate as a profit. Okay, so based on these values, we are supposed to identify what are best locations in which we can implement a new plant. Okay, so based on the table that is provided here, let us assume let us consider Austin and Paris. So to understand whether we should go with maximum capacity or whatever the capacity that is running at present, that is 600,000. If you cross check Austin's capacity 600,000, the profit generated is 25706310. This is larger than what it is generating for 1200,000 capacity. So it will be a wrong decision to go with the 1200,000 capacity for Austin, because total value it can generate is 25186311, which will be very less when compared to Austin's the present profit. Next, let us identify Paris. It is 2533, here it is 249. So it's clearly evident that we cannot go with expanding manufacturing at Paris. Okay, so it is not a good idea to increase manufacturing at Austin and Paris. So we continue with the same value of manufacturing. So we manufacture 600,000 units at Austin and 600,000 units at Paris. Other than these two locations, what are the best locations to start producing new production? Okay, let us see that we have different options over here. We can see that India is generating maximum revenue, maximum profit when we are generating 600,000 units, that is 274, 633, 89. So we can see that the value is clearly evident here. So as India and Malaysia are generating larger values when the capacity is 600,000, we can go with implementing plants in India and Malaysia. And even if you cross check when it is 120,000 units, the total value it is creating is 21778390 after reducing fixed costs. Okay, so this is also a good value, but so as it is giving a maximum value when we are having a plant in India, and when we are having a plant in Malaysia, and when we are having a plant in South Africa, let us go with these three areas. Okay, so my suggestion is that, so first you can take multiple options. One is taking a production 12 maximum production. See, first we need to mention about the countries, right? So we speak about India, Malaysia and South Africa. So after mentioning the values and after stating about the countries and their profitabilities when we implement plants, we are supposed to give some supporting evidences like why manufacturing in India is good for any country, why manufacturing in Malaysia, why manufacturing in South Africa is good for any country. Okay, we give some general description about these countries and their resources, manpower, cheap labor. These things should be discussed while addressing these values. Okay, so next what we do, next question that is related to the selection of location. So we simply discuss about inability to increase the production at Austin and Paris, and choosing three different countries with larger values as best options to install new plants. Okay, so we are in less of how many units? So after doing this, like maybe from this one, if you want to subtract minus this, so we are in less of 114,9840. So we need at least 1800 units, because if you take three different plants, it will be 180 units. If you take one larger plant and one smaller plant, still it will be 1800,000 units should be manufactured. Okay, so what it was asked in the next question, also your report should indicate which capacity levels should be used at each plant. Okay, so now we are very clear, right? So well, better we take this one 60,000 units, 600,000 units, and this is 600,000 units, and we also take South Africa, which operates at 600,000 units, and South Africa generates profit of 264,000. So this definitely maximizes profitability of the country. Okay, so this is the best option that country can go with, the company can go with. Okay, so and it definitely satisfies the demand. 146,000, 1469450 is the demand, and this generates 1800,000. So definitely it satisfies. What is the capacity at each plant? So Austin and Paris plant will run at 600,000 each, and the new plants India, Malaysia, South Africa will also run with 600,000 units. Okay, so that is the best option. Okay, if you take India 20,000 and Malaysia like this, if you take India so if you take India 12,000, and the profit is Malaysia 120,000, sorry 60,000, This is the second best value with a profit of 269,000. If you take these values, just cross check below, it will be 1039937. So let us take sum of this one. You can see that this value is generating larger benefit when compared to this value. So it is very simple solution, that when we should create new plants at India, Malaysia and South Africa, and they definitely increase the profits for the company. Okay, so when we compare, like there is another option that India manufacturing 1200,000 units at India, but when this is sorry, this should be 274. When this is compared, the profit ability compared with 3 plant option, we can see that when we implement 3 plants at India, South Africa and Malaysia, we are having maximum profit. So that is simple solution. Okay, so this is also cleared. Third question is also explained in detail. So how the product should be sourced? This is some straight answer that I have identified for this question, but simply to make it simple, to make you understand, so when different companies, when company is operating from different manufacturing plants, how the product should be sourced, means how the raw materials can be supplied to these plants, the expected quality of raw materials that can be supplied to these plants. That is the main question that we need to address here. So here it is very clearly given, by establishing collaboration between suppliers and buyers, having a cooperative product creation, common systems. There are some strategies that are mentioned here. Okay, so we should speak about supply chain collaboration related aspects. Okay, so procuring raw materials and implementing the project. Related to that, we are supposed to write. So then what we do, we write conclusion and recommendations. Simply you write recommendations here. We already have a conclusion here. So just write a recommendation, then add references, some references related to this task, and some references related to some of the general topics that are discussed here. At least 4 to 5 references include here. Okay, so and while creating your PPT, so it is very important that so ignore PPTs, I will take care of that. You just create this document and share it to me. So share it to me as quick as possible, so that the other team will work on this PPTs and they will submit it. Okay, so this is all about your analytical part. I hope this is a lengthy explanation, but it's a simple thing to write. Okay, you need hardly 300 to 400 words to be written on the task. Okay, all the best team. Thank you.